Call the meeting to order. The meeting for April 25th, 2022 at approximately 6 p.m. is now in session. Would everyone please rise, remove your hat for the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag by Councilperson Piccarella. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I will take the roll call. Councilperson Ginever. I'm here. Councilperson Schonberg. Present. Councilperson Becker.
I'm here, Your Honor.
Councilperson Fisher.
Here, Your Honor.
Councilperson Bradley.
Here, Your Honor.
Councilperson Massa. Councilperson Osher.
Present.
And Councilperson Piccarella. I'll entertain a motion for the approval of the agenda.
So moved. Second.
The motion's been made and seconded. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none, motion carried. And Madam Clerk, has this agenda been posted, dated, signed, and/or initialed? Yes, sir. Has everyone had the opportunity to review the minutes of March 28, 2022? If so, I will entertain a motion for approval.
I'll move to approve the minutes of the last regular council meeting. Second.
The motion's been made and seconded. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none, motion carried. Public comment, Elaine Atchison. Elaine Atchison? Well, it's in your packet, and I think that's more of a, we can have the chief of the police get with the school. I think there's a lot of things in there that just kind of relates to the school and this and that.
Agreed. I agree too.
Check register and bills and financial sales report tax. Councilperson Becker and Madam Clerk.
I'll make a motion to approve the financial report, including the check register and bills and sales tax report.
Motion's been made and seconded. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none, motion carried. Committee reports, Water Committee, Councilperson Piccarella.
I don't have anything. I think Larry's got a report in our packet.
Right. Public Welfare and Fire, Councilperson Fisher.
There's a report in the packet, but they had 4 practices and 19 calls.
They've been busy. If they're not careful, they're going to catch up with the police department. Anything else, Mr. Fisher?
That's all I have.
Building Commissioner, Mr. Cox, have you got anything on the Building Commissioner, Mr. Eisenbeis?
I do not.
Street and street lighting, Councilperson Bradley.
Daniel's got his report in the packet. I don't have anything other than what he's got.
Police Department, Councilperson Schonberg.
I don't have anything, Your Honor.
Chief Helms.
No, sir, the report is in your packet.
Thank you. Council Liaison Reports, Library Board, Councilperson Fisher.
I don't have anything at this time, Your Honor.
Councilperson Osher, Park Board.
Yeah, the park's getting up and going for the season. The pool is going to be open 7 days a week this year instead of the 6 closed on Monday, so they should be running 7 days a week this year. They found plenty of lifeguards, increased that training, so should be a good year.
Very good, thank you.
That's all.
Sewage Commission, Councilperson Piccarella.
I don't have anything at this time.
Planning and Zoning, Councilperson Becker.
I don't believe there were any items for the planning and zoning meeting that would normally be scheduled on May 19th. Accordingly, we don't have a meeting scheduled.
And to my knowledge, we don't either. Zoning of Appeals, Councilperson Ginever.
I don't have anything.
Okay. Levy Commission, Councilperson Schonberg.
I don't have anything, sir.
Public Response, Alex Bischoff, Annexation. You may have the floor, sir.
Thank you, everybody. Congratulations, sir, and thank you for your service.
Thank you.
Bob can't be here. He made the mistake of having a birthday yesterday and was persuaded by his wife that he should remain in Kansas today. I'm not sure that gives me an extra 2 minutes. Last time I was here, I represented myself as the President of Operation Savannah, and I was distressed at the fact I was facing losing my office because, as you put in this newspaper article, Mr. Tilly, I do believe that there is plans for the property after the annexation is complete. I'd like to simply say that I accept that in the interests of the community, if I need to find a new office, I'm going to find a new office. And that's the end of that. I also now must take on a new role. I have accepted appointment as Scott Seek's campaign manager in his running as Jefferson Council member for District 5 in the August 2nd primary. And I need to be careful not to commingle my role as the president of a non-profit with my role as his campaign manager. And so, if at any time I speak to you again, it will not be in my capacity as president of Operation Savannah. It will be as Scott's campaign manager. And I bring a message from him. He is obviously aware, because this would be his district if he's elected. He will be running on less tax, less government, and more growth. That if what I hope you are able to do with the airport comes to fruition, what else can I say but my compliments to the board and congratulations. On behalf of Bob, I spoke with him and I understand he did make a call. I've spoken to the 30 or so pilots. I know them all personally, having worked there for the last 9 months. And to say that they are saddened at the potential of losing the airport is the understatement of this evening. But at the same time, we are all mature people. And I think I can say on behalf of CAEE and Bob and myself that we will endeavor to work as quickly and as expediently with you to make the transfer as easy and as simple as needs to be. And I say that with all the passion that I spoke last time, that there might be an alternative and better use for the property. What we do ask, though, is that we can be treated with respect and that we can meet with whatever's going to happen and can be participants in the process. There are people there who've got airplanes that don't fly. They need to be deconstructed and put on trucks to be taken away. I actually met with one of them on Saturday and watched him starting to get his aircraft ready to be disassembled. And then there are those of us who can just fly away, and I know people are already planning places in Potosi and Farmington and Bonterre and Spirit and you name it. But I ask you with everything I can, and I have various assurances that the county and the city and the Port Authority will get going to select an airport, because we really don't want to be the only county joining a major city that doesn't have an airport. And so I put that on the record that I hope to work actively and enthusiastically and supportively to make that happen. Thank you very much for letting me have a moment on behalf of all three of us.
I will say this much, you will be met by Crystal City with respect.
Oh, of that I have no doubt. Look, I understand the history, and as a pastor, I believe that we look forwards. God says, the future is tomorrow, the past is behind, and the way we do that is we lead by example. And I'm absolutely committed to doing that and to bringing the whole of the airport community along with me in doing that. And you'll see it. It's not talk, just watch what we do. Thanks.
Can I add something, Mr. Mayor?
Yes.
Mr. Bischoff, I hope, I'm up here, sorry. I know it's kind of ominous and you probably thought I was coming from a heavenly place or something, but, I just want to say that the council does support having an airport in Jefferson County, and, I hope everyone understands this. There's really not a whole lot that we can do about it because the city doesn't own the airport. Someone else does. A city once owned the airport, and they sold it. So, all we can do is just, make recommendations about how it's zoned and used, so.
I think you guys have been special. I hope you all got my email I sent that I was not going to be induced into running some blocking campaign, which I was. Two organizations asked me to do that. I respectfully said that's not how we do this. And yet, I think you guys have behaved with great decorum and with the interests of the county. Because as I said, Crystal City's taken a hammering. And I can't wait to see income and schools and children and all the things that this could mean.
Thank you.
And one other thing too, that Mr. Ginevra stated that the city once owned it, the city of Festus once owned it. Because he said a city owned that. Thank you. Thank you.
Mayor, could I also make a comment?
Sure.
I want to echo something that I said to Mr. Borman this morning on the telephone when I also discovered he was in Kansas City. There is no current offer on that property, and while I'm not going to deny that there has been some interest, it is not a foregone conclusion that anything different than what is happening out there today is going to happen a month from now, 6 months from now, anything. So, just, let's not start disassembling our airplanes just yet, I guess is what I'm saying. That's all.
Thank you, Mr. Becker. Moving right along, is there anybody that has anything to say about a response of the meeting we had on March 28th, 2022? If not, I will move on to old business. We have none. New business, we have approval of Casa Garo liquor license, and it is in your packet. It has been through the police department.
I'll make a motion to approve the liquor license for Casa Charo.
The motion's been made and seconded. Any further discussion?
I think I bring this up every time. Is there still a limit on the number of liquor licenses that we can provide citywide?
Sure.
Something like 11 or 10, and we're... Okay, so we are still below it.
Yes. Okay. Anything else, Mr. Ginevra?
That's it.
So the motion's been made and seconded, and there was all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none, motion carried. Motion to approve the election results.
I'll make that motion.
The motion's been made and seconded. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none, motion carried. See, there goes our police department again. Mercy. Next thing on the agenda would be Mayor Shelley to speak. Wow, imagine that. Seems like I've spoken enough, right? No, I just wanna, I just got a few things I'd like to say is, I want to thank this council for the many years of dedicated service that they have given this community. And I hope and pray that we all keep moving forward in a positive way with the projects that we have had in the works for quite some time now. And I want to give a special thanks to Councilperson Piccarella for his 12 years of service as the mayor pro temp of this city. For that, I thank you, David. And I want to thank Mr. Eisenbeis for his years of service, not only on the council, but 10 years as our city administrator. And I must say that, for sure, it didn't take me long to figure out that once Mr. Eisenbeis came on board as our city administrator, it didn't take me long to figure out what a load that he took off of my shoulders and his council's shoulders, because he's done an outstanding job. And I want to thank our staff of young ladies in the front office. They do an outstanding job, and ladies, just keep up the good work. And thank all the department heads for the much-needed help for the keeping our budget in line and not in the red. We've had to make some sacrifices this year, like Mr. Becker and Mr. Eisenbeis and this council knows this has been the tightest budget that we've had that Mr. Eisenbeis has seen in 10 years. And it's one of the tightest ones that I've seen in my 20 years. I want to thank all the city employees for their work, the street department, the water department, the police department, the building department, the fire department. You know, each and every department. There's things there that the police department, they protect our city. They are actually arresting some bad guys. Yeah, there's some small things that people see, well, how come the police don't do this? How come the police don't do that? Because they're actually out there catching some pretty serious bad people. And I wish I could relinquish what I know from behind the scenes, what this department does. And for that, I have to congratulate them. Along with the street department, they're out there. They're out there at 100 and 101, sometimes heat index of 110 degrees, putting down asphalt, putting down concrete. I've been there with them, but all I can do is sit there and tell them, hey guys, stay hydrated. You know, be safe, stay hydrated, get cooled off somewhere. Same way with the water department. I've been out there with them guys this past year on New Year's Eve and on Christmas Eve in frigid weather, digging and repairing water lines. And sometimes people think, well, these guys don't do too much. But I've been there, and all I can do is tell them, hey guys, keep warm, be safe, and if you need anything to eat, let Linda and I know. We'll get it for you. Same with the building department, inspecting our buildings and taking care of things. And last but not least, the fire department. That is an outstanding fire department. We have some good people there. And that's two things that I couldn't be. Number one is a police officer, because you don't want to put a gun in my hand. The other thing would be a fireman, because I'd be the guy running out of the building instead of running in the building. That's for sure. And I want to thank our citizens for the support that they've given me over my 36 years, especially the support for passing the use tax, which is a much-needed tax. The only municipality in Jefferson County that passed this tax, and I'm so pleased and so proud of our citizens for doing so. Just to put our mom and pop stores, our malls, our brick and mortars back on the same level field that everybody else is. And that's all we ask, and I'm really pleased and proud of it. And I'm going to tell you something, it didn't take myself, it didn't take one individual, it took this entire council, which each and every council person did, and our staff members did the same thing to get this thing passed throughout our city. As long as we explain it to the citizens, what it's going to be used for, what we need it for, it's not a new tax, it's a tax that's already there. We just want to implement it. And the only thing that really aggravated me about it, and I'm going to go ahead and say it, is we shouldn't have done that in the first place, because right now the state of Missouri always did get it. If the state of Missouri gets it, why does the municipality have to pass it to the citizens in order to collect it? To me, personally, that's wrong, my opinion. It goes across the state of Missouri, they got it, why can't we all get it? But I'll keep my mouth shut on that one. And on this use tax, I will say that it was spearheaded by Councilperson Tony Becker. And Tony, for that effort, I'll give you acclimates over and over again. You actually truly did spearhead that. And we, as a community, must keep moving forward on the building of the new Hickey White Park. I know it's not gonna happen overnight, but we must make it happen. And, you know, with the people we have working on it, it will happen. But it takes time and money. And anybody got any donations, let me know. We'll take it on the park. And last but not least, I want to thank my loving wife Linda, my sons, Thomas and Robbie, for all the support they've given me over the 36 years, because it has not been easy on them. So with that, I say good luck, Crystal City, and God bless you all. Thank you. With sigh and die. Huh? Come on down where?
Come on down here.
Oh, man, I get tired of coming down there. Hang on, I'm coming. Don't rush the monkey. You rush the monkey, you won't see no show.
So this is on behalf of the city council, the city employees, and the citizens of Crystal City. It reads, presented to Thomas D. Shelley, Mayor, 2002, 2022, Ward 2 Councilman, 1986, 2002. Thank you for your 36 years of dedicated service to the citizens of the city of Crystal City. Through your guidance and dedication, the city of Crystal City has progressed in a positive direction. Because of you, the city of Crystal City is a better place to live, work, and play. May God continue to bless you and keep you. Never underestimate the difference you made in the lives you touched. City council, city employees, and the citizens of Crystal City. Well, thank you, sir. You bet. We ain't done yet. You ain't done, Ted's got something for you. I didn't know where I fall in line here, so. Where you fall in line? Wow.
Behalf of the police department, we wanted to get you something, and we just wanted to say thank you.
Come on now.
Bring the captain forward tonight. He goes everywhere I go.
There you go.
And, he's a big part of the success here, but this is about you, and we want to get you something, and it says thank you. We put a patch in here, we wear that patch proudly, and, we like to represent this city. It's a good city, we got a good city council, we work for a lot of good people, and we want to give this to you and say thank you, and then, individually, on my behalf, I want to say thank you for giving me the opportunity to be chief of police.
Yes, sir.
Came on quick, and you gave me the opportunity to do it, and you believed in Mike and I.
Yep.
And to this day, I think you still do, and we're
Absolutely.
gonna keep pushing forward. We
Yeah.
appreciate it.
Yes, we will.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Wow. I remember with this young man here, he came to me how many years ago?
28.
I was on the council at the time, I believe, and I'll never forget, I was up and watching a baseball game, Crystal City Hornet baseball game, and he pulls up and, "How you doing, Mike?" "How you doing with the darn?" You know, but that's not what he said, but I'm not good at all. I said, "Well, what's the problem?" He said, "Well," he said, "you know, I tried to get on to the police department, and they said I didn't do good on my, interview, your oral interview or whatever." He said, "My testing was fine, but my oral interview wasn't no good." I said, "All right." So I come back and I talked to the chief that we had, and I said, "You know what, Chief?" I said, "I really don't have a problem with what you're doing. I got a problem with who you're hiring. Because it came from another area, and he brought a lot of those guys with him. And we had perfectly qualified people right here on staff. By God, the next person they hired was Mike and Chris.
And the guy that they hired before me got fired, so.
Yeah. Sure did. But I appreciate it, Mike. Yeah, all right, brother, you take care. Chief? Yeah. Keep your head up, enemies out there. I didn't get them all. Wow, thank you all so very much. Unbelievable. Okay, I'm done. Thank you all very much, appreciate it.
So we will take about a 10-minute break, we're taking water and stuff back there.
This lady right here, she's the one that keeps us out of trouble as far as the budget.
Thank you.
Now, wait, go bump belly.
Hey, at this point, mine's bigger.
I did. That's not small money. No, I'm serious.
Hey, no one knows but us. No one knows but us. At least you know. Oh my God. Yep, there, I just like it. Oh, he is, he's probably just under doing it. Hey, Shelley. You know, you're supposed to wear lenses right after you leave here. It's really good for you. Well, nice thing with tendencies for a while. We wouldn't have done it now.
Call the meeting to order. We have the swearing in of the new elected officials. Madam Clerk. Jeff Kemper. Kenny Bradley, Rick Fisher, Mary Schomburg, Mike Wilshire. Oh, you want to do Mike first? Okay. Stand up here. Probably. Oh, Hanley Cherry, too.
I don't see it. Huh, all right. Okay. We have, ordinances and resolution, correct? Ordinance 1869-2022, an ordinance of the City of Crystal City, Missouri, annexing certain adjacent territory into the city limits under the provision of section 71.012.
I'll move to read Bill 1869-2022 on its first reading by title only.
Second.
I got a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none, motion approved.
Let me go ahead.
Yes, please. Madam
Bill
Clerk.
number 1869-2022 on its first reading by title only, an ordinance of the City of Crystal City, Missouri, annexing certain adjacent territory into the city limits under the provisions of section 71.012 RSMO.
All in favor? Oh, any discussion? I need a motion.
I'll move to accept Bill 1869-2022 on its first reading by title only.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
I actually wanted to invite, our city attorney to make any comments that he might want to make at this time.
Sure, so this ordinance relates back to the March 28th annexation hearing that we had. The 14-day objection period has come and gone. The city has not received any objections within that time period. It was required to be filed with the clerk within 14 days of that March 28th hearing. That did not happen, so that allows the council to vote tonight to annex that property that was on the March 28th hearing into the city limits. If the council does move forward with that tonight, we actually have to send 6 certified copies of the ordinance out to the county clerk and to the county assessor, and upon filing those with the clerk and the assessor, the property becomes automatically annexed into the city limits of Crystal City.
Can I add something as well, Mr. Mayor?
Yes, sir.
I just want to remind everybody that this is the property that is directly east of the airport property. So where the runway is, that is already part of Crystal City. That was annexed back in, I believe, 2008. I'm pretty sure it was about that time. And so this is just to annex that additional property, that used to be Ron Mooring's property about 10 years ago.
That's correct.
Okay. Just to add on to what Brandon said.
Excuse me for the interruption. There's a motion and a second, I believe.
So there's a motion, I just need a second, correct?
There's a second.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Hearing none, motion approved.
I'll move to read Bill 1869-2022 on its second reading by title only.
Second.
Having a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion approved. Madam Clerk, can you read?
Bill number 1869-2022 on its second reading by title only, an ordinance of the City of Crystal City, Missouri, annexing certain adjacent territory into the city limits under the provisions of section 71.012 RSMO.
I'll move to accept Bill 1869-2022 on its second and final reading.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion approves. Roll call. Poll the council. Sorry, it's my first time. Poll the council. Make sure I don't miss anybody here. Mr. Bradley?
Yes.
Mr. Kemfer?
Yes.
Jack?
Yes.
Mr. Becker?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Mr. Picarella?
Yes.
Ms. Schoenberg? Mr. Fisher?
Yes.
All right. We'll get this signed. Alright, so is that done? Oh, I can, I don't have to what? Okay, alright. City Administrator? Okay. City Administrator report, Mr. Eisenbeiss, we have it in our packet. Okay.
Mayor, before we move on, could I ask one question there?
Yes, sir.
Jason, there's a number at the bottom of this report, is that 2,700 and something, or is that 279?
2,798 or something.
Okay, thanks. And then, I guess we'll discuss this, discrepancy on the, park budget sometime.
Yeah, just letting you guys know now, after the budget is approved,
Okay.
kind of go, bring it back to you, and finalize.
Yes, sir.
I recommend it, but
Thank you.
And then there's an item in here about replacing some water lines before some other work is done. Boy, I'd sure like to do that if we can.
we're gonna try. The only thing that I was told today is some of the materials, fittings and that are 6 to 8 months out. Like everything else, supply chain issues, but we're meeting there tomorrow,
Okay.
try to work through, see if we can figure something out. Maybe we may even have to hire a contractor that's doing the work for these guys, if
Mhm.
they can get the part. Larry just told me that the parts are 6 to 8 months out.
Okay. That's all.
All right. Mayor's report, that's mine. The council needs, nominations for Mayor Pro Tem.
This time I'd like to nominate Tony Becker for Mayor Pro Tem.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor? Oh, whoa.
Any more nominations?
Any more
We're doing
nominations? Any more nominations?
Looks like Tony, you got it.
Anybody else, welcome to it. Thanks. Yeah,
We still need a vote.
Yeah.
We still need an official vote, so do the poll vote as well, or just all in favor? Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? None, hearing none. Congratulations.
Thank you.
We need to appoint the city clerk. There was an ordinance in the city that's a little different than normal, so we just need to appoint the city clerk.
We typically, if you remember, always appointed every department head by ordinance. We're only required to appoint the city clerk.
Do we do that, or does the mayor do that?
I don't know, you want somebody else other than Shelley?
Do I just,
I think the appointments are you. I think you appoint
So I
with
just
our
need to make-
approval, right?
I would assume that the mayor makes the appointment and the council approves it.
Yes.
all right. Well, I make a nomination to appoint Shelley Seeger as city clerk.
Second, let's see, I'll move to approve the mayor's appointment.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none? Perfect. Good thing.
Well, I'm glad you did that, because we'd be in a real pickle.
Listen, I've been here like a day and she's done so much for me already, so. All right, so the following council committee chair appointments need to be made as well. Do I need to do these individually or just make them?
No. We can't.
Just nominate, bring down your list. and-
Okay. For finance, I nominate Tony Becker. For city buildings, I nominate Taylor Massa. For the police department, I nominate Mary Schaumburg. Public welfare and fire, Rick Fisher. Labor relations, Jack Genevieve. Water, David Picarella. Annexation, Jeff Kemper. Street, Ken Bradley. Everything stayed the same for the most part on, except Mr. Kemper there. Also, the council liaisons, can I go ahead and do them at the same time here? Council Liaison, Library and School Board, Rick Fisher, Sewage Commission, David Picarella, Zoning Appeals Board, Jack Jennifer, Park Board and Green Business, Mary Schaumburg, Planning and Zoning, Tony Becker, Levy Commission, Jeff Kemfer. I just moved Mary back on to Parks and Levy because, Hickey White being in her ward, so I thought that made sense, so. That's my recommendation. I need a motion.
Make a motion to accept the mayor's appointment.
Second.
Perfect. We have a motion and a second. Any opposed?
All in favor?
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. I have a couple of park board appointees. I need to add a name into your packet. We have Chris Hodges, Patrick Dorn. That third name, you'll know him, it's Mr. Thomas Shelley. So, he's an asset to this city. He's been an asset to this city, and he...
Mayor,
Yes, sir.
may I say something?
You may.
I think you would have to amend the agenda in order to put my name on there. Am I correct?
I think he's fine.
It's not in the agenda for one thing, it's just an extra.
It's just an appointment.
It's on our agenda.
Picture on the agenda?
Yeah, but we'd have to do it at the front, and they didn't think Thomas, or Mr. Shelley could amend the agenda to appoint himself, so. So he told me just to do it like that, I mean, it's, well, my recommendation is for the park board appointee is Chris Hodges, Patrick Dorn, Mr. Thomas Shelley. I'd entertain a motion to approve those appointments.
Motion to approve park board appointments.
I'll second.
All in favor? Any opposed? Hearing none. Appointments are there. Roundtable, council comments or where we're at? Miss Massa? Mr. Picarella?
Nope, let's keep moving forward.
Excellent.
Work ahead of us.
We certainly do. Ms. Schaumburg?
I'd like to remind everybody that, Wednesday, May 4th is National Firefighters Appreciation Day. So we should be thankful for them every day, but, Wednesday, May 4th is when we're gonna celebrate it, so. I just wanna remind everybody of that, and I also wanna thank Tony for, all your hard work on getting these tax passed. You were a huge asset. I know that's already been said, but
Right. Thank you.
that's all I have.
Mr. Fisher?
Just like to echo Mary's comments, and that's all I have.
Mr. Becker?
I did have three brief things here. One, I would like to brag on the police department. We actually had, a home on a block of Mississippi where I live in that was, broken into, sometime between about 3 and 5 in the morning. And, by the time I had gotten up, looked at my cameras and called somebody about it, they already had somebody in custody. So you guys are always on the ball and we appreciate it. Second, I want to thank Mayor Shelley for his many years of service. Thank you very much. And, third, I want to, I appreciate the kudos on, for leadership on getting the use tax passed, but I really do want to brag on the rest of the council. As far as I know, this was the only city, I mean, it's been said earlier this evening, this was the only city in Jefferson County that passed that issue, which will enable us to do a lot of good things for this community over the coming years. And, while I kind of handed out the assignments, everybody put in a lot of hard work on this, and I especially want to recognize Jack. You get the Golden Shoe Award. I think you covered the most miles and knocked on the most doors. So thank you all for all of your work. Appreciate it. That's all.
Thank you, Mr. Becker. Jack?
I just want to talk about the use tax a little more.
Absolutely.
If you ever think that your vote doesn't count, that use tax bill only passed by 16 votes of about 700 votes, I believe, something like that.
Almost
So,
yes.
it really was a great accomplishment, and I not only want to thank Tony and all his hard work for organizing it all, printing up all the flyers and distributing them and coordinating the streets and all that stuff, but also the citizens for voting for it, because I do think it's going to help quite a bit. I hope the police get some of it. Chad? Yeah, yeah. And the streets and the sidewalks. So, that's all I got. Thanks.
Thank you, Jack. Mr. Kemper? Mr. Bradley? All righty, I have one thing and then we can be done. I I just wanna thank you guys for this opportunity. The citizens are great in the city. This is a great city. I chose to move here, and, I've not been disappointed one moment. We have one of the best fire departments around. I've seen, those guys literally are next to none. I would put our guys up against anybody in the city and, would feel confident in our victory there. Same for the police. I mean, this city, I'm partial, I'm a little biased. I love this city, and, I'm excited for this opportunity. And, the workers in the city hall are amazing, our street workers, every employee of our district, or in our city is amazing. And, I just wanna thank you guys for that. Keep going, and, if there's anything that I can ever do, I'm here. So, the council is great, Mr. Cherry. Oh. Okay. And, I just appreciate all of your guys' hard work. So, thank you very much. And that's pretty much all I have, so I'm ready to adjourn. Or, Mr.
Real quick, congratulations, Mayor, Ms. Kemper. I hope you all enjoy your time working for the city. It's a great city. We all love it. So anyhow, I hope you'll, spend some time with Barb. She can explain to you how the finances work better than anybody. And, ask the mayor to, ride along with one of his cops, go down there and see how the water treatment plant works, sewer treatment plants, spend a few hours with those people. I found all those, things to be, great benefit whenever I became a council member. And, it was, I'd say 10 of my 12 years was a real joy. The last 2 years, I kind of gutted it out a little bit. I hope everybody enjoys it. I'd like to say one thing about our, outgoing mayor, if I may. Tom and I were on the same, ward whenever I came on. Tom was already here. I know I look older, but and back then, we used to have a lot of meetings. We meet almost every Monday night, and some of those meetings went well past midnight. I remember a meeting Saturday that lasted 12 hours, and a lot of heated discussions. And I learned one thing from Tom. Well, I learned many things from Tom, and I hope to learn things from Mike. One thing I learned about from Tom was we would be just practically at each other's throats, yelling, screaming, and fussing and fighting. That may be a little bit of an overstatement. But when we hit that door, as we walk out the door, Tom said, "How's Cindy doing? How's kids doing?" It never went past the meeting. And that wasn't the case for everybody. It was bigger than the office. Anyhow, I wish y'all the best. Sorry I took up more time than I meant to, but.
No, absolutely.
Around, you know that you, probably don't want to recognize me in the future.
It's fine. I'll entertain a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none. Motion approved, meeting adjourned. I don't know if that click was necessary. I need 6 certified
He was talking to me. So it is